Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back for another album reaction slash review, and we are back live from the studio. Yo, man, it feels like only yesterday we checked out a lot for attracting attention by the smile, and then flash forward a couple months later, we checked out Wall of Eyes, and now we are back with another record from the smile, Cutouts. We're here. I cannot believe it's been like 2 years since this band has kind of been making music, really, and they've got their third project already. I was over the moon when I found out they were dropping another album. For those who don't know, I love Radiohead. I love the music that that band has been able to create in their fantastic discography, and have been kind of consuming different pockets of media in which the different members of Radiohead have been involved in. And The Smile is a pretty big, prominent one that involves both Radiohead's Tom York as well as Johnny Greenwood. And also this legendary drummer, man, who has just been so tight on these projects. I've enjoyed diving into this work, and it has been almost like an extension of Radiohead's sound. It's very unique and it's different, but it feels like it's just so awesome to be consuming new material from these guys. Tom York, I mean, is a legend. Only recently checked out his solo debut, The Eraser. Don't know if that video will be out yet. This one might end up being out before then, but that's another video coming out in a couple of weeks, which was so much fun diving into that one. I'm just super keen to dive into this one. I mean, this band makes incredible music, and music that really hits me, connects with me. Don't get me started. We did check out the lead single. Had a really dark synth sound to it, which I really vibed with. I really enjoyed. So if we're going to get more of that on this project, I'm not sure. I hope we get a lot of great synth work, but let's just get into it. This is Cutouts by The Smile.
In a beautiful world, we are melted and go running,
Oh my gosh.
nailed down. Somewhere lurking for my life,
Well, that's a pretty good way to start the album, right? Bro, what a beautiful piece, man. That was, yeah, kind of speechless a bit. Beautiful synth work. It was almost like they put a vocal effect on Tom's voice, made it sound like he was an alien, like he was on another planet. And then his classic kind of tendencies, you could hear them. They weren't as prominent as they usually are. There was a really interesting vocal effect throughout that whole track. Incredibly sci-fi like that track. Just like an 80s sci-fi ballad. Foreign Spies, man, beautiful intro to this album. That song there is I think every time you hear it, it's just going to get better and better and better. The way that I could see myself immersing and falling into that track after every listen. Man, this is so interesting.
We overflow in a hurricane. We overflow in a hurricane. We can feel no pain. It's so close that we disappear. We can slide through this narrow gap. The narrow gap that you leave us in. Holding on to the side.
Oh my gosh.
Like the wind blows its emptiness. Yes, it's not a real yes.
Super cinematic, man.
Not a real yes. Emptiness has many forms, and loneliness is a way to drown.
Yeah, the street.
While holding on to the side. While the wind blows emptiness. Yes, it's not a real yes. Not a real yes.
Man, it's like a slightly sinister way to end the track too. You hear that eerie synth with the calming acoustic guitar. Man, another like wild track, right? Both tracks so far have felt like nothing we've heard from the Smile before. Just super adventurous, super immersive, very cinematic. Tom Skinner had more of an influence on that track. Man, the strings, I just like I don't know, this is again reinventing themselves on their third LP in just over 2 years. Really cool. I just listened to Coldplay recently as well, their new project, and like there are a few bands and artists that just naturally make you feel just good vibes. I feel like home. There are some artists that can do that, and Radiohead and Tom York, the guys from Radiohead, their music, it just kind of creates that there's that connection now. So whenever I hear them, it's very therapeutic, it's very relaxing, and I just I get so pumped every time I get the opportunity to hear new music from them. Oh, okay, a little bit more upbeat. This is a little bit more like what we familiar with from the Smile. Ooh, the guitar work, mate. Come on.
Zero sum, moot point. A cut out, trying to fill the void. A shit in, a performance.
I just seen this one live, man. Gosh, the guitars, man. Yeah, okay. He's like really close to the mic, very like in your face.
Windows 95, Windows 95,
Windows 95.
confident, confident, confident. So confident, confident, confident. That's another red flag, red flag. That's another red flag, red flag.
Oh my gosh, mate. Zero sub. I was about to say that song is all about the guitars. The guitars were just legends on that track. Like just so cool. I was just imagining hearing that track live, short and punchy track, just under 3 minutes. Those horns come in. I think they're horns, man. I don't even know what instrument that was. Like that was sick. That just created a added dynamic to the track that I was not expecting. Really great way to kind of keep the listener on their toes. A little bit similar to like, some of the punchier stuff that we've heard already from the Smile, but unique. After Wall of Eyes, it felt like in that project, the band was finding who they were, their identity, and now it feels like they're just throwing stuff at the wall and exploring stuff again, which is sick.
You can change your mind. Let your colors fly and start lashing out. Circumstances change. Let the colors fly.
I like that wind instrument. Hear it really softly in the background. track I will have to listen to again. That was a lot on a first listen. That was one of those tracks. I've said it a couple times on the channel. Faster tracks like that you don't really know where to turn or don't know where to listen just because there's so much going on. They often take me just from personal music, like listening experiences. I generally don't fall into those ones as easy. And that was that same case there. I felt like that was a fairly experimental track in a lot of ways in saying that. It wasn't an easy one to follow, but there's so many unique sounds in that. Like some of the drum patterns that Thom was working, some of the instrumentation, I couldn't even tell you what it was. There was wind instruments, there was the strings, guitars, of course. Just chaotic. Even in Thom's vocal delivery was chaotic. Colors Fly. Have to go back to that one because that was a trip, man. That was a trip. Hectic again. Man, this is so good to see this live. This is super jazzy.
Through the glass, look at you, just eyes and mouth. Only saying words, then just turning them around. Till you say, this is no way. You appear, then you disappear. Let it slide, let it
Right.
slide. Soon to
That
complete
constant that electric guitar is
transformation. Always changing the definition. Yeah, always passing through. No one to worry about. And nowhere to be. Just a shadow, a light in my door. Tapping on every window.
Oh man, Tom Skinner. He's just destroying this album, man. He is all over it. He's all over it, man. Oh my gosh, Tom Skinner. Round of applause for that. That legend drummer, bro. Eyes and Mouth, man. What a feel good track. The way it moved, that jazzy influence, just that spark, the whole track. Man, the guitar was so alive. It was like the backbeat of that song. It just had so much voice in it. I'm still pinching myself that I'm seeing the great man Tom York in a couple weeks' time. It just does not feel real yet. When I see him, I think I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be starstruck, man. Such an inspiration. Oh man. I wonder if he will play any of the songs from the Smile acoustic. Obviously, you won't have Johnny or Tom there. It's just him. But I do wonder if he will play any from the Smile. Hopefully, because there are some incredible tracks from this trio. Anyway, yeah, that track there was just so feel good. So feel good. Felt less chaotic. There's a lot going on in that song. So if I compare this one and Colors Fly, I felt like this one was easier to follow. Still a lot of sounds, like so many sounds similar to Colors Fly, but it felt less chaotic in the way that the progression was. Colors Fly was just naturally, it felt like the progression was little bit more jarring and a bit more experimental than this one, which just had such a good groove to it, a bit easier to fall into than the track prior to it. This next song, Don't Get Me Started, was the lead single. This is the only track I have heard from this album. We'll check it out again. I love listening to these songs within the context of the album. A really good track, a really good intro to what this album so far has been. That very synth heavy sound, very kind of moody feeling to it. I remember like hearing it for the first time, being like, wow, this is so brooding and synth driven, right?
Don't get me started. I'm not the villain. Choose someone else. Nothing is triggered. Nothing is silent. Don't pull me backwards. No, you don't get to.
Here it is. Here it is.
And your force means nothing. And your force means nothing. Don't get me
This bit.
started.
When those synths came in, man. Just
You don't get You don't get Don't get
man, it's like 3 songs in one. This song is just a journey, right?
You don't get me.
Don't Get Me Started. Really great track. Awesome lead single to Cutouts. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and my reaction, I did listen to this song and have the video on the channel. So check that one out if you want to see more of my thoughts. All right, next one, Tiptoe. Jeepers. Super menacing, man. Contrast, crazy tone. Far out, that is menacing strings, man.
We're just baggage with no label. You may find us in a rubble. As quietly as insane. Our toxic repetition. You were just being clever.
Wow. immersive and cinematic was Tiptoe. You hear that kind of, it's not menacing, it's kind of out of tune almost. Feels like it's kind of like recorded from afar piano. It just sounds slightly like, it doesn't sound pure, right? And then you've got those really dark strings that come in, and you're like, okay, right, okay. And the contrast between the dark strings and the kind of like menacing kind of light piano is very jarring, and as a very overwhelming listen. It's a very much a piece where you can close your eyes and it will take you somewhere. It could take you somewhere dark, could take you somewhere light. I really just think it depends on the mood you're in, because that song very much just can grab a hold of you, and it really, I think it is those strings, because when they come in, it was so like you felt it in your core, like they had so much weight to them. Eerie kind of performance on the vocals as well kind of adds to that immersion as well. Yeah, that was like you feel, I could feel the heart beating on that one. Just was like that, a little bit anxiety inducing on this listen. But my next listen of this track, it might be therapeutic, and that's why I go back to that point where I feel like this song is very dependent on where your head's at in that listen. Oh my gosh! Okay, super electronic, right? Man, I can't get a read on it. I thought he was going to hit the hi-hat. He didn't.
A black hole at the center of the galaxy.
It's got that alien voice again from Foreign Spies.
Nice and easy. As a note, as a nil, as a note. One more step till finally you just free. You're gonna give us the slip tonight. Out through the keyhole. You're gonna give us a slip tonight. Blasted partitions, blackbird says nothing. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna sing, and you're gonna
I like how contrast from isolated vocals to harmonies, layered.
well, the temperature goes ugly. One more step till finally you just free. You were set for free. I don't know, it was just a question. We're so in trouble. Finally, you just
I feel like this has been probably the most experimental album The Smile have released. Just genuinely feels like so many different sounds, really abstract beat patterns, quite jarring at times. And The Smile have had that in their first two albums. So I really feel like this feels like the most adventurous they've gotten. And that's really cool. Like to be on their third album and to be doing that and still experimenting, exploring. It's really sick. progression. The progression on these tracks has been something to marvel at, really admire. For anyone that's trying to make their own music, having like just so much freedom in the way that the Smile make their music is really inspiring. I really like that. Really appeals to me, this kind of unknown, not sure where you're heading next vibe. Yeah. Legend has returned. Smile back, Chance. This feels very like the classic The Smile, this guitar progression here. Final song on the album. Great ride as always. Thank you to The Smile. What's that classic Thom right there?
Just to wind you up, just to piss you off, floating on their backs, you're falling on your ass, falling
sounds like Radiohead, man.
Cymbals crashing,
This sounds like Radiohead.
tongues are lashing, slow convulsions, and everybody's laughing, body's laughing, 'cause we can't control, can't control anymore. We can't control.
Yo, what a finish to this album. Man, that track sounded like Radiohead. That track really sounded like Radiohead. The shifts, the progression, the way it moved, that was just like, for the most part, the Smile felt very, very unique in the way that they've made their music. And that one there, just that gave me that itch. It reminded me of Radiohead. Let's go. What an awesome project. Super experimental from the boys. Cutouts is a project that, man, I'm so keen to dive back into listening to so much of the Smile recently over the last couple of months. Really just front to back, front to back, front to back. I've really enjoyed going through their work. It's so good, so good. I'm hoping that one day, I really thought the Smile would do a tour over here. I was hoping to see them. So maybe they will one day, fingers crossed. Really, out of the 3 albums, this one feels like most kind of just trippy, and I guess could be like the kid A of their discography, right? Probably not too much of a jump like Kid A, but we'll leave it at that. You guys know what I mean. The bookends of this album are phenomenal. They might be the 2 best tracks for me. Just hectic, man. I had so much fun on that project. Love to know in the comments what you guys are thinking of this record. Have you found your favorite yet? Have you bought the record? Are you going out and buying it? This is just an album that just feels like a celebration of music, a celebration of the last 2 and a bit years for this band. They've just been able to create so much great music for us. We're so lucky, that they've been able to have this output, and they're loving it. I know they're having a lot of fun making this music, and we as the listeners are just having a blast too, because we're getting rewarded. We're getting gifts, man. We're getting so many gifts. Radiohead are a huge band that we miss, a band that we're keen to see return. Hopefully they do. If they don't, though, we get to experience these incredible side projects from the members of Radiohead, and the Smile being one of the biggest ones. Just a lot of fun, guys. I just can't wipe a smile off my face. I have checked out the other records from the Smile, so if you want to see them, check out the playlist, check out the links, and if you want to check out my Radiohead series, listen to all of the Radiohead albums, which was just easily one of the funnest things I've done in my life. It was so much joy and so much great music. That was Cutouts by the legendary trio, The Smile. My name is Caveman Jack. Take care, everyone, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.
It's a beautiful world.